a small lineup with Kohler being there. They're big. He's got Joseph down low, but the others are going to really go after the perimeter.
Tough catch for Amsiel to reset.
Also means the Lobos can drive it to the basket without the shot blockers in there.
Joseph. Well, Donovan Dent really quiet so far. A little bit of a leaner and right on. Knocked loose. Richardson takes the spin. Wow. Missed it point blank.
They were letting him take that shot too. They didn't want to foul him on that one. Watch Dent now.
So pretty.
How good he is with it.
Utah native. Here comes Dent into the paint. The floater, and he gets a friendly bounce.
Yeah,
he's leaving it all on the floor here in Cleveland. Donovan Dent, the orchestrator. Milicevic checking in. Dent, backdoor, putting it down.
How about upstairs maybe, no?
Holloman, lefty finish, missed it.
Missed Carr on the right side too.
Washington looking to push, frenetic pace. As we cross the 8-minute mark, Dent inside, and we are tied. Dent elevates.
Nice tip.
Deflected out. Nice play by Amsiel. Dent attacking, lays it in, showing the fight. 39 minutes into the game. Dent with the leaner, but will it be too little?
Understand, hey, I don't have to rush. I have 2 or 3 seconds to get my move on. Here we go on the break.
Joplin coughs it up. Third turnover. Dent, Euro step. Dent going glad.
It's nice when you have a 6'8" guy who can step out, open up the middle of the floor for drivers, but then be able to also connect from long range. Starting to warm up a little bit on the Marquette side.
Former Big East Player of the Year 2 years ago as a sophomore was Joplin. Dent, 100 recruit, sophomore from Phoenix. Boy, beautiful interior defense. Atiki. As Parham got turned back and then quick. Here's Cam Jones speaking to Premier. And he coughs it up. Here comes Dent on the push. The floater. Got it. Offensive brilliance tonight for the Milwaukee native.
And there's a play, though, Spiro, where they're giving him a little bit too much leeway with the dribble. You can't let him dribble and control the floor from left side to the middle. Nice cut.
Just a thing of beauty.
Not again.
Gonna fire it again. Back of the rim. Boy, Cam Jones kept it alive. And there's the steal. Washington. One of the top steal men in the country, certainly out of the Mountain West.
Yep, absolutely, and a good decision there. They have 3-on-2 numbers coming down, but they were not getting anywhere with it.
1-point game. Donovan Dent, Player of the Year in the Mountain West. High post feed, Joseph. 6 on the timer. Dent, cash money. Marquette working quickly. Joplin knocked away cleanly.
And a quick burst down the floor after that bucket by Marquette got snuffed out.
We hit the 5-minute mark. New Mexico trying to get to Sunday in the round of 32. Here comes Dent.
And he hit 4 big threes. He misses a 3 there. Rebound, putback won't go. And New Mexico has it. Ubo missed from in tight.
Have to make those easy opportunities. You work so hard on the offensive glass to create it. Got to finish it.
Evan, you got more?
Yeah, I mean, the term physicality is synonymous with this league, but especially for Boise State coming off that San Diego State win yesterday. But New Mexico, they're comfortable in that style of game, too, not just fast-paced.
Dent! His first screen is 0 for 4. And that's an issue for Boise State. Meadow misses badly. Dent to the races. To chip you on the floor. Dent. His mid-range game is good as well.
That's just a tremendous...
That man's son, Max Rice. who was a prolific three-point shooter, who had some big nights. Folks in Albuquerque know about that.
And part of being a big shooter in big games is not being afraid of the moment. Max Rice lived for that moment. And that's something I think Carmichael has a chance to grow into over the course of his career.
Dent steps through and scores. And one.
His opportunities in the paint.
Thank you, Evan. One of the issues with the pick and roll, ball screens, any of that stuff, if you can't shoot threes, man, that makes everything else tough. Dent to the...
Unbelievable awareness of the shot clock from Cardenas.
Look to the left, a bullet to the right, and a bucket for Boise State. And the lead back at 5. Washington kicks. Dent a 3. Got it! New Mexico averages 82 points a game. Boise State's defense has been terrific. Good entry, return. Dent, another 3. Another bucket! Another Dagenhart! Stolen! Borovichinen! Keen foul! No! Dent with a follow! Verse feed the tempo. Dent, floater. Dent, second chance. The win over Wyoming. San Jose State had a great first half, and they almost blew a 22-point lead. Ended up winning by 5.
Well, that goes to show you just how good this league is. Donovan to slow him down.
And maybe that's because Tim Miles told us, man, we need a double Dent most of the time. And he walks right down the lane when we have a chance. But if we get too sped up against these guys, it won't turn out well. Dent driving, rising, scoring.
Care of the basketball, terrific hands and anticipation.
That was not shot by your iPhone. Oh, it's Dent! And it's good! He's going to run right down the lane and miss over Amsil. Nobody has had more big runs this year than New Mexico. I mean, big runs of 10 or more points without an opponent getting a point. And Dent quickly. And the lead's down to 7. Oh, a blind pick by Junior Joseph. Knocked Yap to the floor, and Dent was wide open for it.
Starting to get away from San Jose State a little bit now. I would expect New Mexico lots of pick and roll down the stretch.
That's a pick, no roll, but a layup.
Something like that.
Coach Nico Medved from Colorado State does an unbelievable job.
Dent attacks out of the... And a first personal on Nolan. Dent steals it. Run out. Donovan Dent. No chance. Pressured by Borovichinen. Terrific defensive player at 6'9". Spins out for Henley. Amsil has the rebound. C.J. Nolan. Now Dent will reset. Dent 6 points, 2 assists early. And now off the screen from Joseph in the paint. Dent to the rim. Count it! And Henley behind the back. Kick to the corner. 3 ball. No good. Joseph has the rebound after the miss by Hill. Dent catches on the fly behind the back. Donovan! A magic!
A bit of contact. Play on.
True Washington on the wing. And New Mexico with a win, the outright Mountain West Conference regular season championship, or the Colorado State loss at Boise. There's Dent. Is 26 points.
Not a good shot by Bedford. Defender was right in his mug.
And now Dent down the baseline. Floats.
Midwestern Conference.
Outright title with the win or a Colorado State loss, but the Rams are closing in on a victory in Boise. So it is likely up to the Lobos here at the pit to close out the win and the outright regular season title. They've already clinched the 1 seed in the tournament in Las Vegas. Dent splits and hits again. On hand for Nevada, 30, 27, and 30 in his last 3. Love lost it. Another Nevada turnover leads to a run out for New Mexico. Dent, 2 made 3.
So if I'm Coach Alford, I would consider going, man, your back change a little bit.
Dent pokes it away. Donovan Dent, run out, takes it right to the hoop and gets past.
Defense was behind him. Poor defense. Just inviting a pass to the low post. Toughest place to guard somebody, Carter, is in the low post, in that block area. Make a mistake, you're in trouble.
Dent will reset.
Man-to-man now by the Wolfpack. Change of pace.
Dent trying to take it in on Rollison. Off the glass. 13. He misses the front end. That's not a good statistic.
That's not good analysis on that shot.
Dent floats it off the glass. How does he finish that one, Pete? Right now for Nevada. Bailey pulls up. Fight for the rebound. Run down. Washington kept it alive. Washington spins. Finds Dent. Donovan Dent attacks. Takes a ball and hits. Committed to Wisconsin.
Big exchange. Yep, that happens.
Well, that would have been a loaded Lobo team.
Oh.
Dent high off the glass. Joseph still here in Reno.
Yep. It's a great city, so I can see why he won this.
Drew Washington just got his 3rd. So the foul trouble will be a big factor for New Mexico in the last 16 minutes. Dent ripped away, gets it back. Rollison nearly stole it from Donovan Dent. Donovan Dent pulls up and hits. 6 second half point. Nevada, after they were minus 21 on the boards, has held their own in this one. Dent floats, rolls it home. 8-9 lead changes now. Joseph Borovichinen 4-3. The drought continues for the Lobos, but Joseph gives him another chance.
The ball to Joseph. Get him the ball.
Dent guarded by the 6'9 Sanders, and Dent ends the drought. His second. Go along with the 30 points and 5 assists.
Washington wants to get on the scoreboard. Very aggressive player.
0 for 5 scoreless in the game. When he scores in double figures, they're undefeated. Doubtful it's going to happen tonight. Dent guarded by Ducell. Advantage. Donovan Dent, 32 now.
Love to see Nelly on that blitz.
Dent across to the timeline. Yo-yos in the center circle now. Drives the right lane line and scoops it. Taylor solo work on Nolan down the right baseline. Tough reverse layup is an air ball. Rebounded by Joseph. Joseph outlets to Amsi. Amsi ahead to Dent. Donovan to the rim. Donovan with a pump fake. Finishes. He had been sick. Now a steal by Washington. Washington with a great outlet pass to Dent. Husky baseline right. Skip it out. Wide open triple on the way for Beasley. Back rim no good. Rebound Washington. Lobos have it. Outlet to Amsi. Amsi with a goatee across the timeline. Bounce entry to Nelly on the left block. Has the 7-footer still Husky on his back. Nelly's going to work him with a hard right hand power dribble. Spins it to the paint. Finds the cutting Dent. Dent lays it in. And he made a 3, his first of the year. Lobos up 55-39. Dent on the take. Dent through Taylor. Dent lays it in. Give him a dust.
I think Walker's got a better matchup than the big fella that fouled out.
Still a Husky. On the bench with 4. Dent to the rim. Dent floats. 600, 300 combination in the regular season. He's got 18 and 6.
I'm sure his goal was to be the all-time assist leader, at least this season.
Look at Dent to the left hand. Oh. 86-67. 2:50 left. Lobos by 19. Dent at the right elbow. Dent down the right rail. Dent to the rim.
Here comes Boyd. Aztecs flying. Swung it away. Great transition defense. And now here come the Lobos in transition. Dent got it. Dent, the silencer, blocked tonight, but the reserve bigs for San Diego State have stepped up, but Compton couldn't get that one. Washington on the baseline.
Dent trying to be a spark plug. Tough shot, Donovan Dent drill. Aztecs off and running. Boyd to the basket. Missed. Heidi can't get the rebound. A lot of contact, no whistle. There's Dent leaking ahead. Gets his shot blocked. Coleman Jones, and they may end up calling this a goaltend, and they will. Gets his 2 points.
The defensive rotation there from Nelly Jr. Joseph was a second late. He's got to be there early by the charge circle.
Underneath Joseph. Hard to get a paint touch for Joseph right now. Then the 3 guys on him. Donovan Dent, 10 to shoot. Has the mismatch on Heidi. Gets the roll. Donovan Dent. 7-3 tonight, and then an answer. As Compton goes back to the bench, he got a technical in the final 2 seconds of the loss at Utah State, a player that is developing his maturity, a freshman from Chicago, who's had some explosive plays tonight. Donovan Dent gets it to drop. Coleman Jones in double figures for just the 6th time this season. He's got a dozen, has been excellent for the Aztecs. Donovan Dent wills that one through the hoop. Inside of 2 minutes to go, Dent comes back with a 3.
Control to the tempo of the game.
Javen Buchanan checks into the ball game for Boise State. He's been terrific. The transfer from Indiana Wesleyan. Dent driving. He's an outstanding finisher, and he does just that. Sacco is fully dressed now.
I've only seen one other thing like that my rookie year with the Atlanta Hawks. Maurice Bennett had his jersey on backwards when he checked into the game.
Oh, that's marvelous from Dent, who scores. Carmichael, he's shooting it. Dent in full gallop behind the back. Wow. Left hand. Oh, goodness. At their place, it's a quad 1 win. But they've had their moments this year. They're not a pushover. Dent driving 2 hands with a dunk.
Foot on the line, so make it 5 straight rather than 6 straight for Drake Allen.
Right, if you'd have told Coach Calhoun when he woke up this morning that Drake Allen's first 2 shots were going to be, 2 threes. They just do it in somewhat different ways.
Allen on the road, ripped away by True Washington, sending the Lobos on the run again. Dent hard to the hole, switches. New Mexico was 3rd in the nation in fast break points. Ken Palm adjusted tempo. They are 4th in the nation, but their defense has been underrated. Dent splits the double at the top and floats it. 7th and 8th made free throws on the season, so he steps up, hits them both. 8-point lead, largest for the Aggies on the road, and the pit is a lot more quiet than it was before tip.
Yeah, and if you New Mexico with this possession, you want to start your action with about 10 seconds on the shot clock and maybe get a shot off with about 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Here's Dent off the screen from Joseph. Crosses over, attacks, off the window. The tiki out, Joseph is on the bench. Allen in the paint, floats it, missed it. Rebound corralled by Milicevic after a bobble.
Boy, if they just had a little bit more confidence in their post-up game, especially with Johnston posting up deep.
Here goes Dent, off the glass. He finishes. Another big 4-point swing in Utah State's favor. Dent attacks on the baseline. Roll for Donovan. Dent getting into the hands of Martinez. False Lev off a good screen. Air ball. Pulled away by Joseph. Lobo fans let him know. Stepping in for the 3. Donovan out on the next dead ball. Both teams tired. Akano ripped away. Lobos run again. Borovichinen finds a trailing Dent. Steps in for the 3. Buries.
Look at that 15-win turnaround last year. That was the season coaching the Green Bay Phoenix.
And now is the first Wyoming native to coach the Cowboys in 50 years.
In 50?
50-5-0. And they've got an 11-point lead here with 8 minutes to play in the first half. Donovan Dent back in after a short stint on the bench, and that's his shot right there. And he missed the front end. Rebound for Joseph.
Yeah, he's mad. He's mad. And here he goes at half court right now. Close to Richard Pitino. He's the lead official here, the most experienced one of the group.
So Agbin had a chance at potentially 4 free throws there. He only made 1, and Dent goes to take it and can't finish high off the window.
Cole Henry's sitting at the bottom of the stanchion at the other end of his court.
Oh. Dent, count it, plus the...
Some of the bad... Whoa!
Donovan Dent, count it again! Patient, rises, too strong. Rebound bounces into Dent. 3-on-3. Donovan Dent finishes.
Hear that one. Catch the ball. This is the PG version of that.
Donovan Dent going back to work. Looks at the 7-footer, turns around and... Of the season, they were 5-5 in the non-conference. They've won 7 of 8, but a turnover there. And in transition, Dent high off the window for 2.
So be it, given how well you're playing and your foul trouble.
Borovicinen too strong, but an offensive rebound for Seal, and a reload here for New Mexico. Dent the pull-up and hits. It is an avalanche of noise here in the pit. A turnover to Dent for 2.
So I'd anticipate something similar here on this play.
Washington had a seam underneath. Clifford closed that gap. Borovicinen calling for it. He's got the 5'11" born on him. But now the pick and roll game. Step back from Dent. Knocks it down.
He's only made 2.
Had time to think about it. Meanwhile, Dent hits. But work to do. Down by a dozen. Inside 6 to play. Dent shrugging off the defender. And finishes.
Dent. You knew ball screen defense is going to be crucial, and it has.
And looking to go to work immediately. Quick shot out of the timeout. And
foul. He was really playing at a high level. He had 14 points, but last couple shots he's missed.
Dent and New Mexico content to milk this clock for all it's worth. The screen from Joseph. Slips to the elbow, scooping and scoring.
On base on out of bounds situations. He gets seemingly 2 to 4 points a game doing that.
Donovan Dent has his first points at the other end. They are letting them hear it in Logan. And Donovan Dent silent.
Some more of this Donovan Dent press where you're just corralling him and backing up. See if Applehans can get an open three for New Mexico.
Dent attacking and finishing.
Just continuing to be ice cold from three. 4 for 23 is Utah State, but extra effort on the glass and you get 2.
9 points for Catarezzi. He was scoreless 3 nights ago. Dent, the quick answer.
Even in the midst of foul trouble, is on his way for another double-double.
Consecutive turnovers by Utah State. New Mexico by 5, looking to add to it now. Dent, the pull-up, and hits. Donovan.
True Washington said his offense comes from defense, which is probably the perfect kind of teammate to have. He doesn't ask for it. Philip Borovichinin with the offensive rebound. 5th time's the charm.
And he is the best shooter. He's very streaky with Rishwain, but that's his 43rd made 3 on the year. It's the one thing he does elite on the offensive end.
He took 3 on that possession.
I'm not mad at him. He's got the green light.
4 minutes gone by here early. Seal. How did he find Dent? And he hits another. Thomas, he'll try. Still has not scored for the Runnin' Rebels. And Donovan Dent's only hit 3s so far in this game. He's got 2 of them.
They haven't really run a lot of pick and roll. Here's one here. He rejects it.
And he skies in for a gorgeous
against Didon Thomas. But Thomas just kind of patient. And he got 2 feet in the lane.
Bear Cherry can't convert the free throw. Now, UNLV's already passed one test, which is don't let the Lobos sprint out to a big start. That's what they've been doing lately. Dent gets everybody in the air.
A paint touch. We talked to Kevin Kruger offensively. What do you want to see from your offense? We want to see paint touches, and it's not just Didon Thomas. It's everybody.
Wow, there is. New Mexico, the #1 team in the league, with Utah State on its heel. Today playing the 10th league game of the season, 7 weeks away from the conference championship game on this floor.
And UNLV defensively, they're going to switch everything 1 through 4. They don't want to switch with Njai, but everybody else, they'll switch.
Donovan Dent on the move, and he's got 8.
Nobody can either block it or it's not going to rattle off the backboard.
That pass looked like it just took him out from the front of the hoop, and he couldn't quite recover it. Nelly Jr. Joseph seemed to run the paint on both sides of the floor in the first half for New Mexico. Dent. Now
he didn't leave. Why would you leave when you play in an up-tempo pace offense? You play in front of the pit crowd. It's a perfect place for Donovan Dent to grow.
Here's Dent. With ease.
You gotta be kidding me.
A 3. And the Lobos will look to push again.
I mean, I know it's easy to say after he misses that, but that was a forced shot and kind of ruined the momentum for UNLV.
Dent falling away. Rishwain has been good from outside, but can't score in the paint. Washington searching and finds nothing. Dent. Dangerous, and he cashes in.
You rarely say ever about the Aztecs and Viejas Arena.
Now, New Mexico still plays Utah State twice. They still play Boise. They still play San Diego State and Nevada.
Yeah. A lot of work left, especially on the road for the Lobos.
A lot of work left.
Think about that right now.
Today for Dent. Went in. enough space to score.
You don't have to be the fastest player all the time. You just have to be crafty and know how to create space. That's what both Donovan Dent and Don Thomas Jr. can do.
Rishwain on Dent. Dent.
Oh, Jr. sitting right next to me, didn't move a muscle. Like, didn't cheer, didn't do anything. That shot was incredible.
And UNLV's with it, too. Now here's Dent. Oh.
New Mexico had an 8-0 lead in their last game against Boise State. Never looked back. A 9-0 lead here against Fresno State. And another steal. Donovan Dent slice
teams, and you can tell, but not right now, but as the game progresses, if they have great shot selection, Donovan Dent has another layup, you can kind of see that Weaver and Amunique is playing right now. They're getting into the paint at will, and they're making easy opportunities for their teammates following the kick out.
Dent, step through move. Oh my goodness! What can he do? By Dent. Unbelievable. Wild shot and unique. And here's Dent again. Open floor. Slices right through. Reverse layup, of course.
So voice of reason for your team, a leader, and there's a lot of responsibility, and it just takes time.
Dent has the mid-range too. Yes, well.
Player, teammate, it's good to see that everybody can get along, and doesn't matter the color of your skin. And Martin Luther King Jr. definitely set a precedent and a blueprint for that for us.
Alex Crawford has 10 points after that last bucket, but on the other end, Donovan. Tremble, Rainbow, front rim, great box out from Matiki.
See that play right there by Collins. I think the next step for his evolution is learning how to create a shot when you're in the paint and being a little bit more craftier. As you see, Donovan Dent done it so many times. But once he starts to score the ball and he's aggressive more, I think it will open up a lot more for his teammates. Continue to compete. When you talk about UNLV and Boise State, I mean, man, this is going to be fun. This is Chris's.
Watching Donovan Dent.
Right away inside, one of the new starters, Ugbo gets it taken away. Dent flying inside and scoring.
That's New Mexico. Boise State wants to play. Just a slower, methodical possession. Throw it into the post. Use your size.
Crossover from Dent. Hang time!
Look at his ball handlers. Wow.
4 to shoot. They're running out of time. Carmichael's going to put it up. Rejected by Dent. 3 on 2. Washington. Dent. I really can't count them out because they have shown a lot of fight in the second halves. That's a bad turnover. Dent takes it all the way to the hoop. Count it out line. In the first half. Here's Dent. A little bit of space. Another one. Donovan Dent. But under 5 minutes to go. It's been a New Mexico showcase, and we'll see where they end up going in the net rankings. It's a nice feat, Joseph.
Here comes Donovan Dent. And he scores. First points of the night. Looked pretty good leaving his hands.
Oh, it sure did. It touched every part of the rim and just bounced right out.
Dent gets through, fades, fires, and fills it up. Elbows. Donovan Yap gliding. Tried to dish it underneath. Instead, it's taken away. Dent racing to the bucket and lays it in. Bounces in. A shooter's touch from the freshman.
Nolan gets caught reaching in the cookie jar. Same side help. San Jose takes advantage and knocks down the 3.
Oh, Dent just so smooth. And scores off the window. 14 for Robert Vaihola. Here comes Dent with a head of steam and a southpaw finish. A Duje contested jumper. Here comes Donovan Dent. He'll lay it in. It's too quick. Therefore, he has 4 tonight and 2 down the stretch. New Mexico trails by a point. It's Dent to the baseline, leaning and scoring.
So C.J. Nolan, the senior Texas kid, North Texas transfer, missing on his first take.
I also played at Oklahoma, which is where I saw this is where Dent is good. Really good.
Into the paint.
Can't.
Comes to Gorville.
Nice cut.
Beautiful pass underneath. Gloff couldn't finish.
Up empty, but a good read by the big guy. Look at this handle.
Dent puts it down. Basketball brilliant. Coleman Jones. So 5 quick points for the Aztecs to begin the half.
They are too tough-minded. They're not going to go away. Neither is he. How about that?
That was picked 4th in the preseason poll in the conference. Actually, their lowest preseason ranking in over a decade. Regular season champs of the Mountain West each of the last 7 years. Boy, the Lobos getting down the floor. 4:40 left. And San Diego State running out of steam and running out of clock.
You mentioned this conference, Utah State, 83 points a game. Well, they're off to a really terrific start.
Joseph underneath. Now to Dent. Lobos trying to use that shot clock. Dent underneath. Going glass.
How tough was...
Big part of the story for the Aztecs. Davis lost it. 2-on-1. This is Dent making it look easy.
How clever is he, though?
Gets the bucket.
That was an impressive downshift from Allen. Change of speed, change of direction in there. Got New Mexico's defense on their toes.
Let them play a little bit more. How about Donovan Dent? Strong move to the glass.
Impressive.
It's a 12-point lead, biggest of the night, but Dent says
the answer.
Nesbitt. Skip past A.J. Wills.
Wow.
What a rebound by Belich, but he gave it up. Dent coast to coast. Yeah, that is just smooth. The second half. Dent, that stop and go, just too deep in the. Wills to Henry. Henry zips it in the corner to Newton, who was a star in the first half with 3 threes. Nolan coming back the other way. It's all Donovan Dent right now. Dent off the glass.
Take with the keys, and we're all tied up.
And Dent wasn't really much of a factor in the first half, but he certainly has been in the second half.
By Foster. Foster, nice job down past the Hines, and he's stuck backside by Junior Joseph. How many highlight blocks are we going to see in the first 2 minutes? Dent to the basket, it's good. Here's Trey Coleman, gripped from behind by Apple Hans. Here's the run out, Dent to the basket.
Bond on the road. You see all these fans now just sitting back down. And you can't get caught up in the emotions of this atmosphere, the 1,000th game at the pit.
Oh, nice shot there by McBride. .52 for New Mexico. Now Nevada takes their lead with 53. Sill. Here's Dent with it now. Eyes up. Dent got a mismatch, fish out of water. Walks into the rim and scores. He says he thinks his team is a little bit too collectively quiet on the floor. And when you lose a dog in Lucas, another dog in Blackshear, as Dent goes to the rim. 12 ties, 12 lead changes. Dent with the ball, 1:37 to go. Bounding in the lane. Are you kidding me?
1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Donovan. Donovan Dent.
Good. 1 out of 2. Lobos 2, VCU 1. 18:45 to go first half. Dent controls the point for the Lobos. Gives it up to Amsil. Hands it off to Nolan. Back to Donnie in the center circle. 20 on the timers. Dent comes off the Joseph ball screen. Into the foul circle. Pulls up right elbow. Leaner is good. Dent scores. Guarded by Borovichinen. 20 on the shot clock. Cutting to the paint is Russell. Catches the bounce pass. Can't convert from the logo. 12 feet from the goal. Rebound Nolan for the Lobos. Nolan whips it ahead to Dent. 17-15 and winding here first half. Lobos 4, VCU 1. Dent on the crossover. Dent with another runner. Left. 11-8. Lobos by 3. 14 and a half to go. First half. Atiki Ali Atiki will get his first chance for Coach Patino. Next dead ball. Dent down the right rail with a gorgeous the ball out of Donovan Dent's hands. Make somebody else bring it up. We've seen a couple different Lobos do it so far. This one entered Nolan. Nolan nearly had it stripped away by Bambasil. Loose ball to Borovichinen. Dent across the timeline with a right-hand bounce guarded by Schulgen. He'll cross over and go baseline. Shooter running and score. Shot clock is off. 18 seconds to go in the half. Lobos have it up 5. They were briefly up 7 earlier in the game. They can extend to their biggest margin of the night with a 3 here. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. Joseph screens for Dent. Dent right to the rim with right hand at Utah State. For Coach Odom. Odom leading Utah State for VCU. Lobos entered after the 2 free throw makes for Schulga. Lobos 39, VCU 32. 18 and a half to go from the pin. Dent with the ball in the front court off the Joseph screen. Down the left rim. Leans in again and converts one on the 3. Drives past Dawson. Curls under the bucket. Finds the cutter. And the layup is blown by Clark. Rebound Amsil for UNM. Dent. Pass fake. Dent to the rim. Dent shot knocked away. They're going to count it. Goaltending on the floor. Steal by Jackson. Baseline drive by Jennings. His bounce pass cross key stolen by Dent. Dent is going to go right at Schulga. Dent shoots and scores with the left hand. Oh! Lobos can extend to their biggest margin. Dent wants a 3. Got it! They had hadn't made any in the second half. Now they make back-to-back, and they're back within 51-42. The great equalizer in college basketball, the triple. VCU knows that as well as most. Dent into the paint. Dent through contact. Another finish. 15-7 for Nelly. Dent off the Joseph screen down the left rail. Dent with the right hand scoop and finish. 31 to Joseph. Nelly going to work. Spins baseline. Leans in. Can't finish. Looks to get his own miss. He does. Fresh 20 for the Lobos. Dent at the top. Dent with a jab step. Keeps the bounce alive. Crosses over. Drives the right rail. Donnie finishes. 30 after 0 in the first. Down to the 6-minute mark. Lobo lead is a handful. 66-61. Borovic in between the rings. We'll get it to Donnie, high right, and the Bob King court logo. Oh! Donnie with a back cut and a beautiful lay-in. VCU end their 5-game win streak. VCU sits back in that 2-3 zone. They got a couple of misses from the Lobos out of it just a short while ago. Nolan finds Dent right corner. He'll pull a 3. Why not? It's Donnie's night. You have to be the physical one. You have to be the one able to work through contact. Dent steals the inbound. Dent forces his way through contact to the rim. Lobos up 8-6 off the free throw makes. Moran with a drive, stripped by Nolan. Lobos have numbers. Looks like a 3-on-2. Bounce ahead to Dent. Dent left hand scoop is good. 3-point play. The Lobos turned into a 4-point possession. Step back 3 off the dribble by Moran. Off the left iron. Rebound Washington. Outlet to Dent. Dent all alone to the rim. And he lays it in. All alone on the right block. Got a smaller defender on him. Going to try and fire. Can't finish from 10. Rebound tapped out to Nolan. Catch and shoot triple for Dent. Off the Nolan feed, and he got it. Wall finds McKay at the top. McKay leaves for Milivojevic. He had it stolen away from behind by Dent. Donovan streaks it across the timeline. High left-hand dribble. Hezzy to the rim. Right-hand scoop from the left 15. Pickens look for the pocket pass. The big wasn't looking. The Lobos have a 3-on-1. Dent to the rim. Layup is good. 15 to shoot for the Lobos. Dent lobs it into Sacco. He'll hand it back to Donovan. Donovan drives into the paint. His leaner. Good. And Phillip to the floor. Gets it to Applehans. Lobos have numbers. Ahead to Dent. Donovan crossing over. Dent shoots and scores. And the rebound, and Filipovic scores it. Lobos down 15. This is their biggest deficit. Dent down the right rail, lays it in. Nice steal by Sacco. Lobos down 6, 68-62. Dent drives the baseline, lays it in. 17.5 points was the spread the last time I saw. Catch and shoot, wing 3 from McClendon, rims out, rebound Applehans. Lobos have their starting 5 out there. Dent in transition. Dent knifes between defenders. His speed to Joseph deflected. Applehans tracks it down in the left corner. Out high now to Washington. To the right corner for a Dent 3. Got them all. Dent catches the inbound, 20 to shoot. Dent off the Tiki screen, splits defenders, centers it up, and scores it. Trail it 62-55, 11-minute mark. We're in the second half. Dent crosses over off the Joseph screen, and Donovan will go to the rim and lay it in. Davis, way too strong. Lobos clear it on the opposite side. Back cut by Dent. Layup is good. Gorgeous bounce pass from 4 of 4 at the strike. Lobos down a deuce. Dent, Washington, Amsil, Borovic, and Joseph. There's Dent.
Or they're showing a little soft.
So Borovic gets it into Dent, and the Spartans back it out. Donovan will walk it across the timeline. Everybody stands as one at University Arena. 20 seconds, shot clock, 40 seconds, game clock. Here we go. Huge possession to potentially make it a 2-possession game. Dent finds Joseph at the top. 5 to shoot. Back cutting Dent. Catches the bounce pass. Juggles. Steps back. Baseline. All the way.
USC's 6th first-half turnover. Donovan Dent's on the board.
Beautiful job by the Trojans. What a bad time. Coming in scoring 2 quick ones. Looked like they were
battling this first half. At the beginning, they didn't look good at all.
A dozen for Cohen. Donovan Dent hits the jump shot.
Trying to switch up their defense. Some guys with some length. Here's Dent.
Short jumper. It's pure. 5 points for St. Thomas. Through Washington. Off the front rim. It ricochets out to Dent. He steps into a three and drills it. Abo comes down with the offensive rebound. Yates from the corner. In and out. Dent. Oh, he's a blur.
Yes, he is. Contest that shot.
Largest 25% on the year from back there. Dent slithers in for two more.
How big was that? Jay McClain's been able to acquire that rebound after a couple tips, and then what a pass that he made for a big. He has some skills at 17 years old.
Dent finishes at the rim.
By Nelly Junior Joseph. Didn't give an inch. Made him shoot a difficult jump hook.
Dent through traffic, high off the glass for elbow jump shot. It's pure.
It's good basketball right here on both sides. 8-point lead for ASU.
Dent coming right back at you. Phillips 1 for 2 at the free throw line to stretch this lead to 7. Already Arizona State's third neutral floor game. They've won their first two. Dent puts it in and give him one up. Miller has it deflected. First takeaway for New Mexico. It's Dent off the glass and good. Sannon hits the baseline jump shot.
Sannon can shoot it. He is a treat to watch.
Donovan Dent coming back the other way quickly.
Not at all.
Elevation and detonation from Jadon Quaintance. Dent, teardrop. No makes from the field for New Mexico the last 3.5 minutes. Nelly Junior Joseph up top. Spoon feeds Dent. Mason picks him up defensively. Into the paint. Leaning and scoring. 5-point game.
Interesting strategy right here to foul. Now you're down 5.
Amseal hands off. Dent into the paint, and he lays it in. New Mexico.
4 over Amseal. He was out a little deeper that time. That was about an 18-footer baseline right. He's accounted for all 4 of their points. Here goes Dent down the lane line. Dent had his strip. Dent got it back. Goes right back up. Lobos up 26-22. Donovan Dent controls the basketball for UNM. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Nice.
Back cut by Dent. Left hand scoop is good. Beautiful.
Well, he did get grabbed from behind.
It with a steal up the inbound. Here goes Dent the other way. Dent will hammer it right hand. At the top, checked by Joseph on the switch. There's a great steal on the poke away by True Washington. Pass ahead to Dent. Layup is good. And for an old-fashioned three-point play. Free throw short, rebound Sacco. Lobo ball up 22-20. 3:45 left till intermission. Dent sprints across the timeline. Dent will pull up in the Mountain West logo and shoot the... Lob it out high here to Ross. Ross will work down the left rail on Amseal. Spinning, pivoting on that left foot, falling away from 10 feet angle left. No good. Rebound. Joseph whips it ahead up the sideline to Dent. Dent dribble hand off to Apple Hans as New Mexico will run its set. Dent off the screen from Joseph. Rises, foul circle. Jumper is good. Have been able to score. Double penetration by Burnett. Whips it left corner with 10 to shoot to his teammate Duke. Lefty 3-ball, no good. Air ball, rebound Joseph. Dent ahead of the field. Donovan to the rim. He'll scoop and score. And a chance. They have 12 to shoot as Stevenson comes to get it between the rings. He'll drive hard on CJ. CJ just picked him clean. Nolan, bounce pass ahead to Dent. Dent to the rim. He'll cross over and lay it in. Nelly Junior Joseph with a poke away. Ahead to Washington. True all alone for a transition 3. It's short. Weak side rebound Joseph. Lobos get a fresh 20. Dent initiates off the Joseph screen, pulls a 3, knocks down a triple.
Just climbed over everyone and flushed it.
That ends what was actually an 11-0 run to start the half. Nolan. Burnett out to Ladrian Newton in. There's your penetration. Dent, left hand layup.
That was a good example of the motion that Rick Pitino likes to run. Keep guys moving. Sooner or later, he believes they'll get a free jumper from the side. Woo, pretty.
That is Donovan Dent at hit because he said it to us earlier today. He said, this time of year, little things get magnified when you don't have everything in place.
Right.
Dent.
Going to the basket. Turn it around. Let him.
Resume opportunity for both these teams as Ejiofor blocked it. Richmond, though, lost the ball. Dent gliding. Donovan Dent is a star.
Yeah, he made up
2 timeouts. St. John's with 1. The possession arrow is with the Lobos. Time becoming a factor. Dent knocks it down.
Yeah, that's a big one. Good decision, too.
It's the season thus far, though, coming after today, Thursday, number 12 Baylor in the Baha Mar Hoops Classic, Thursday night in the Bahamas. And then either Tennessee or Virginia.
Gets it to the cutter, who spins and fires and banks it home. Isaac Williams moving well without the ball, and it's 9-7 Corpus Christi. Dent sprints across the timeline. Dent down the rail. Banks it in and a whistle and a foul. Recently, she had the bronze medal game for the women in the recently concluded summer games. Scott Arbogast and Galen Durant are on her crew. Dent catches the inbound. He was bumped out high, and there was no call. Dent drives the rail, got it stripped, got it back, and lays it in. Defenders. Dent's layup hits the underside of the rim. It's short. Rebound right forward. This outlet pass stolen away by True Washington. True whips it ahead to Donovan. Donovan one-on-one to the rim. Dent step, and he lays it in. Dent in double figures for the left here. Lobo lead down to 53-44. Winding down towards 16:20 remaining in the game. New Mexico possession. Up 9. Joseph fire to the right corner. Open. Dent 3 is good. And Donovan.
They played all the way through the shot clock. And, of course, Corpus Christi turned it over.
They're 14th.
Yep.
Inside 15 minutes left. Lobos up 58-45. Dent goes behind the back. Dent down the right rail. Dent lays it in. He's got 19. Nice steal by Potter. There was Isaac Williams. He was stripped by CJ. CJ Nolan has great hands. He finds Dent. Donnie to the rim. Donnie with a 2-hand rip. Now they lose somebody in the middle. Sheldon Williams dunks it. It's a work in progress.
Maybe they're showing the scouts, the opposing teams.
Dent through contact finishes.
A great start. Sky Clark 8 on the timer. Lost it. True Washington for Dent for 2. Friends here for Donovan Dent tonight. He told us after the Lobos shoot around today. Showcase game for him. Splits the double team. Scoop to the hoop. Hit for Dent. On a 3. Bildo kept alive. Offensive glass for UCLA. Up top the miss from Andrews. And Dent is on the move. Junior Nelly Joseph, trouble with a handle. Good, almost ran him out of bounds. Dent pulls up and hits from 10. 6 double-doubles. Can be a very effective talent for UCLA.
I like this adjustment from UCLA. Try to get the ball out of Dent's hands to no avail.
He's just too good. Got a great look. Dent. Court speed. Bildo blocks it. Count the back. Only 2 points. Kobe Johnson on the bounce. Feed went to Kyle III. Recovery. Rejection. The Lobos again. Rotate perfectly on defense. Dent the other way, loses the defender.
It's the isolation on the wing. Now Clark comes up with a steal.
Steal, but can't lay it in as he off the theft from True Washington, but really misfired and lost the handle. Going for the layup. That was a big miss. Hedge from Bildo. Dent floats in.
trimmed to 1. Coach barks out instructions to his team. Coach Patino just shy of half court. Back
Nice
cut
back
there by
door.
Dent. Layup good! What a beautiful bounce pass. Among the 10 rules, crossing over on Milicevic. Into the paint, spinning, firing. Wild right-hand runner. No good. Rebound, Borovichinen. Outlet to Dent. Dent to the rim, and he lays it in. Look, I've left here in this first half, and here come the Pitt faithful. They've come alive as Dent steals it on the wing. Donnie took it away. Dent through the Shield logo. Dent down the rail. Dent through contact, lays it in. No call. English, transition 3. Short. Rebound, won by Joseph. Nelly with a double-double. Here's Dent the other way. Oh, gorgeous left hand. Cornish got another. His third. He's made a couple in a row now. 80-71. Oh, look at Dent with the crossover and Euro step to